Good morning and welcome back to the Sage Sorority. Happy Thursday, guys, and happy August. I'm just going to say right off the top that I don't know what's going on outside of my house today, but everyone is just on a wave, okay? So if you hear things, just ignore it because I don't know what's going on. It's a little weird and it's a lot annoying. But anyways, welcome back. I hope you're having a beautiful week and a gorgeous day thus far. Today we're talking about my July favorites. It's officially August and summer is flying. The month is about to fly by. I can feel it. I know July flew by for me. Hopefully it didn't do that for you and you were able to savor it a little bit more. I mean, I did literally tell all of us to have a slow and sexy summer. And yeah, July was not slow, very sexy, but not slow. So I'm hoping to make August my slow and sexy summer as we close out the summer in preparation for fall. So today I'm going to share with you guys some musings and everything that I've been loving this past month. I haven't done a favorites episode since March, and I have a lot of things. So just think of this as like an audio version of a journal entry, a little chic, a little candid, a little self-indulgent, because why not? So yeah, let's get into it. So first on the list is my film camera. So I love to buy a disposable camera. I'm a disposable camera queen. I don't think I'll ever buy like a digital film camera. I know like the contacts or whatever is like all the rage right now with like social media people, but it's really expensive and I just don't think I want to be doing all that, but I love to have a disposable camera on me. I often travel with one and I just like whipping it out when I know I'm going to have special moments or group moments. So I recently developed yet another batch and I just love it. Like I love the film. I love how grainy it is and it's like nostalgic and everyone's like beautiful and blurred because we're not looking at everything in like 4K 60 120 FPS or whatever. It's like so annoying and jarring. And it's also a really good way to be reminded of like the past because I carry it with me over like several months. Like the pictures that I developed are from Christmas and some from winter. And like, it's just really nice. You always have a batch that don't come out right because again, you're dealing with very limited technology here, but I love it. And it's a beautiful way to just remember what you've done over the past few months because how often do you go into your phone and really look at pictures, right? And you're like, oh my God, I remember that. We think we will, but we don't. So yeah, I literally just bought another one from Amazon. So if you ever see me with a disposable camera, just know that it's kind of my vibe and I love it. Music also has been a big part of my vibe this month. I mean, it always is, but I will really like kill a song when I love it. I'll just listen to it on repeat until I like low-key get sick of it, but not completely, and then I just move on to something else. So neither of these songs are new, FYI, because I just don't really stay on top of new music like that. But first song is Kehlani, Everything. When I tell you guys, I love that song. I fucking love that song so much. The melody is like so beautiful and sweet and like melancholy and like a little sad and like, oh, it's just so good. I love it so much. I listen to it all the time. I can literally listen on repeat. And then recently is a song called Baby by Mork featuring Takuya Kuroda. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I will say that I'm the queen of Shazamming. If I'm in a Sephora or I'm in the mall or I'm in a gas station or a restaurant, anywhere where I hear a song that I kind of like, I Shazam it immediately. That is how I have found some of my most favorite songs is just from like Shazamming. I am so obsessed with Shazam. It is like the best app ever created. And the song's like a little groovy. It's another love song. I don't know why. But yeah, I just love it. And I was listening to Baby like all day today. Both those songs are very different. But yeah, I'm just feeling it. Next, this month was finally a weekend at Farmhouse. So I went to Soho Farmhouse, which I mentioned to you guys, and I'm so glad I finally went there to stay. We lucked out with the best weather. It was like 30 degrees each day. It was stunning. It was beautiful. It was hot. Everyone was like on a vibe. Lacoste was doing an activation there for their own little like summer tennis tournament because Wimbledon was on. It was great. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Between like the amazing sleep I got, like those beds are incredible. Then you're also in the country, so it's so quiet. The air is so fresh. The weather was perfect. Like I just can't wait to go back. I know people really hate on the Soho brand and like Farmhouse as well, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. I liked it and I can't wait to go back. I think, especially in London, being able to get a change of scenery is really good to be grounded. And it's not because like London is just like, so insane that you can't do that. But I think it's more of like not having a car, because when you drive all the time, you can do that pretty often. Next is I went to a networking event on July 7th. This was hosted by Glamour Magazine. They were doing a launch and a panel discussion for their Glamour Beauty Box, which is a subscription beauty box that you can order. And they were talking about like the business of beauty and where beauty's headed. They had some great people on the panel, including my girl Chelsea. Hi, babe, because I know she's listening. And it reminded me of like 2021, 21, 22 me when I used to go out regularly, like post-lockdown. I was outside all the time, just kind of like going out, being visible. And it reminded me of that. And I'm so ready to get back into my networking bag. London always has so much going on and so many amazing, smart, credible people talking at any given moment on any given topic. So yeah, the room was highly curated. It was a small group. The conversations were great. It wasn't super overwhelming. I met a lot of great people there. It was the perfect balance, honestly. So thank you to Chelsea for listening. I also love someone that will always ask for a +1, because that's how I am. Like if I'm going to an industry event or a media event, I will always ask for a +1, because you should never go into rooms like that alone. You should always keep the door open for someone behind you. And there's a really great book that I read many years ago that it was like Never Eat Lunch Alone. And I stand on that book and the networking advice. So I can do a whole networking episode, because being in content creation or the creative field, you learn a lot. And yeah, but I'll leave it for now. That is a huge tip that I have, is like you should never go to an event alone. You should always ask for a +1. Hey, have you hit your numbers? I know someone that would be really interested. I know someone who's super relevant, XYZ, and do the ask. So thank you, Chelsea. The event was great. The setting was great. The sponsors did what they needed to do. And it was definitely a really enjoyable evening. Number 4, I'm missing my long walks. So I used to do this a lot in lockdown and also post-lockdown. And I think once I started really diving deep on like ClassPass and doing like my reformer and my mat and my soul cycle and things like that, I just kind of stopped doing my long walks, and I really miss them. I think it's twofold, because when I take long walks, I'm able to also listen to Audible and the podcast that I like. It's like I'm able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and it's also really enjoyable, especially when the weather's nice. So I kind of miss that. And I actually didn't work out much in July at all, which I don't feel guilty about at all. I know that like it's important and it's helpful and it's good for my body and all of those things, but I just kind of prioritized other things like going out and sleeping in, and I don't regret that at all. But walking really does put me in good spirits, and it clears my mind. And I like the fresh air, and I'm able to just like really get out my thoughts. And then I'm able to also listen to podcasts that I like and audiobooks. So I definitely want to get back into walking while we still have decent weather. A quick heads up that I'm opening up a few one-to-one coaching spots this summer. If you've been in your head about work, relationships, or what's next, and you just want to talk it out with someone who will actually listen and won't bombard you with a bunch of buzzwords, this might be for you. Honestly, summer is the perfect time to reset. Things slow down, inboxes get a lot more quiet, and that space can either spiral into overthinking or be the moment where you finally shift something in your life. You can book a one-off session with me or a monthly series. All the details are in the show notes. I look forward to talking. Bye. And my August goal is also to put my phone down more. Like I've just been spending way too much time on my phone. And if I'm on TikTok and Instagram too much, then that just eats into time that I could be reading. And I much prefer to be reading and journaling than scrolling on my phone. Like faux pas for a content creator, but I don't care. I really just want to like post and go. I don't really want to stay on my phone like super, super long. In June, I was having my phone on sleep mode a lot, which is great because you get literally no notification. And the only thing you get is like a call. The call rings through and then it automatically declines. And then you can obviously call them back, but that's it. And I think I need to bring back sleep mode, guys. Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that every once in a while I'll share like what I'm cooking. And my snack obsession this month is sourdough. So like you get a slice of sourdough, really good sourdough. You smother it with ricotta cheese. You add You're supposed to add heirloom tomatoes, but I can never get those on Deliveroo. And I'm not going to a big grocery store just for these specific tomatoes. So I just get cherry tomatoes because I also like the colorful ones. I like the ones that come with like the red, the green, and the yellow. I just like the color on my plate. So I get those. You have them. So like you slice them in half. You put salt because it's supposed to like get the water out. But I think this really works for heirloom tomatoes. Then you let that sit for a little bit. You put them on the ricotta. Then you put chili flakes. You can also use a drizzle of balsamic glaze. And I've done both. I don't really feel like the glaze does that much. So if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. Anyways, so good, so simple, so fresh, so summery. It's really nice too to have like a good fresh snack that you don't have to cook, especially when it's really hot. Absolutely banger. It's so good. Try it and let me know. And then beauty wise, I have really been loving the La Roche-Posay UV Air SPF. It's like their new SPF. It's not the one with the orange label. It's the one with the blue label. SPF 50. It's lightweight. I don't think it's that hydrating. So if you have dry skin, I think you'd be pretty disappointed. I have normal skin and I think it's just okay for me. If you have oily skin, I think you'll like it as well. It's lightweight. It doesn't sting my eyes. Doesn't break me out. Most importantly, triple win. I love it. I think La Roche-Posay makes the best sunscreens. I wish it was a little bit cheaper because you go through sunscreen pretty quickly, but yeah, big fan of that. And also at the drugstore, oddly enough, is the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Lip Oil. So this I just bought like as an impulse buy. I think I saw a woman in a reel and she was wearing it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to buy that. Like not even thinking about it. I got the shade 601 in Worth It and it's like a cool toned nude. Very nice, guys. Like I like this formula. It's very like glassy glossy, but you do get nice color. Anyways, I just ordered 641 and 650 as well, so I'll report back, but big fan. And if you are like, I don't really like spending too much money on makeup, I think you'll like these. I pair it with lip liner and I feel like it gives the best look. I know, very random, but love. And then reading, because you guys know I always have 40 million books on the go. I've got 2 on Audible right now, 1 fiction, 1 nonfiction. So the fiction one is called The Midnight Library. So it's basically a novel about like regrets, parallel lives, and what could have been. And I'm pretty sure I saw someone talk about it online. I was like, oh yeah, I think I need that book. It's a pretty solid book. It's by Matt Haig. Haig, I think is his name. And I think it ties in so perfectly with a TikTok that I recently saw where TLDR, he's basically just saying that the decision is right if you're committed. And I had to download it because it's something that I've definitely been sitting with and something that I have kind of always alluded to in my own thoughts because I really believe in the theory, at least, that there's no such thing as a bad decision. There's just decisions. And I kind of believe that. So anyways, the TikTok is quite good. If I can find it, I will link it in the show notes. Basically, he says, the decision is right if you're committed. And I think that's great fucking advice. And then the nonfiction book is called Butler to the World. Again, I mentioned this on my Instagram. It's really just about how the UK has positioned itself as a service provider to the world's elite, i.e. oligarchs, fraudulent politicians, aristocrats, etc. It explains how the Suez Crisis of 1956, which I'm not going to get into what that is, was very damaging for the UK. And it was kind of the very public moment where the UK lost its position as a global power. The US did not back the UK in their decision. It was also France and I think another country. And then Russia didn't want to get involved. Anyways, this is not a history lesson. The point is it was recommended to me. We were having a tantalizing conversation one night, me and a group of friends, about corruption and corruption in the world and how it's positioned differently in different global markets and also different countries. And I was advised to read this book on basically the UK's position and place in its own corruption. Great book if you're into history, global history, economic interest of the sort, you know, just a little light reading before bed. But I'm reading them both. I intend to wrap up both very soon because they're on Audible and I want to move on to something else. But yeah, highly recommend both, just different type of reads depending on what you're interested in. And then something that has kind of been on my mind, at least a lot this month, is if I'm just sitting and one of the things I did to prep for this episode is obviously I have things that come to my mind that I want to share. And then what I did was I actually just scrolled through my camera roll and I looked at everything from July 1st to July 31st. and, pictures that I took and screenshots and things like that to remind me of a general gist of how I was feeling and what I was thinking and what I was interested in. I think it's really helpful too. If you ever just want to recap your month, go through your camera roll. So bloody informative if you take a lot of content and take a lot of screenshots like I do. The thought I'll leave you guys with, and something that I've been mulling over a lot over the past month, is to be open to new people, new experiences, and also new rhythms. I also saw another TikTok where she was talking about adding more whimsy to your life. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but one thing she said that I thought was so great was take something that you do all the time and just change it a little bit. And the easiest example she provided was, whatever your route is home, just take a different route. And the other day I was going for a walk and I usually take the same path. And I was like, let me just take a different path. And it's just a way to add whimsy to your regular day. So I think we say a lot, be open to new people and new experiences and be open-minded, but also to new rhythms, I think is a very expansive thought. Also, that nothing that's truly meant for you, like your destiny, is ever going to be entirely hinged on someone else. I really believe this. I remember being in an argument with a man once and I was like, my destiny is not tied to a man. Like, I just need you to know that. I can get on my high and mighty sometimes, but I really believe that. But I also believe that with friends, if you don't have the greatest of people around you, or you've had some negative thoughts, or just any type of negative downloads that you've received, just know that whatever's meant for you is never going to be hinged on someone else. Someone is not just going to dangle a carrot in front of you that you have to run for, and that is your destiny. Like, it's not. It ties back to what I said before, which is if you're committed, like, that is the right decision, period. And if you're committed, like, no, I'm great, my life is great, and my life is about to be greater, then that's the decision. It's never going to be hinged on someone else, like giving you an open door or letting you pass, Go where you are loved and not where it's conditional. I think this is so important. We're not perfect, including myself. You just got to be around people that really fuck with you the long way. It's just that simple. Like, it doesn't mean that they're always going to do the right thing and you're always going to do the right thing and you're always going to say the right thing and they're always going to say the right thing. But you should feel supported around the people that you spend the most time with. And I'll leave it there. And I hope that that makes sense. Anyways, this was my July favorites, my musings, my thoughts, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of beauty, a little bit of books, a little bit of music, some memories. And I hope you liked it. Obviously, if you enjoy this style of episode, let me know. You know where to find me, TikTok and Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Substack. Do it right now. All the links are in the show notes. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. And I will see you same time, same place next Thursday. I love you guys. Bye.